once again, Friday podcast
Mm-hmm.
feels good.
Mm-hmm.
We had a hectic week, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of orders going out. We had a subscription that went out to I don't know how many people. It's
A lot
amazing
of
to see
people.
the growth and feedback that we get from the community. And there's now people that have been on the subscription for over a year.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
cool. You mentioned that somebody had reached out and you had checked. How long has this person been a subscriber? And it was um, over 12 months. So that's really amazing. Just the concept or the idea of having a relationship with that one coffee aficionado or lover for more than a year, and them sharing our coffee experiences at the same time as you and I and all these other people are having the same coffee. That's really remarkable.
Yeah. And I brewed some coffee for us here.
Good. I was just going to ask because I really haven't had that much coffee today and I've been waiting.
That's good. So we roasted a subscription on Monday and Tuesday this week, and I grabbed a bag of that. It's gonna be nice to try it again. We tried it last week, and it was excellent.
And what is the coffee? Do you want
It's
to remind us?
a geisha, a washed anaerobic geisha from Honduras.
Is this
from
one?
Moises Herrera? That's correct. Let's start with that.
Yes.
And I brewed it as I literally always do. The double bloom recipe, as we call it. It's a 50-50 start-off pour, followed up by 150 gram water with a total amount of 15 grams of coffee from the beginning. I do sometimes experiment with how coarse I grind the coffee, and also depending on coffee it is, we can work with the tap or the stir. I like to stir my coffee for the first bloom with a spoon. It's nice. Let's see.
Oh, that's very nice.
And one thing that we cup so much samples here at Standout, and when we drink geishas, it's remarkable how they have all different characteristics, of course, but I tend to be thrown back like, this is pure geisha flavors. Then on top of that, it can be process and of course where it's grown by booms. But in this cup, I get all of these like nice flavors that I want, look for in a geisha.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's true. I mean, obviously, sometimes when we get a coffee, a Geisha coffee, the many aspects, usually processing, can hide the coffee. But in this here, we have that layer. The first and primary layer really is like the geisha, and then on top of that, we have terroir and processing and so many other really interesting aspects. And I'm just gonna show. So this is often the case when we evaluate. Oscar has this my cup in. I finished my cup in
But
5 seconds.
that is something that you start to do, like
when we moved here.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're like
Yeah.
which is good.
Um,
As I said, we packed and shipped a lot of coffees.
Yeah.
Everything went out from Wednesday, and or actually Tuesday
Oh, yeah,
evening was the
yeah.
first shipment delivered to the postal office. Wednesday, and
then
yesterday was the last few boxes. Yeah, and we have some other stuff this week. Also, we had our friends at Slurp Rare, who we produced a wonderful coffee for. Can you tell us a little bit more?
And
about
just
that?
to sort of remind ourselves, so we've had a relationship with Slurp, subscription company based in Finland. They also have branches in Japan, the UK, and in Germany. We've had a relationship with them for a number of years and produced many of their subscription coffees of Rare, the very exclusive micro lots. So we also did a coffee for them this week, which was also really amazing, and which I suspect we don't have on the table here today in the next carafe, but that we tasted yesterday. And that's also uh, an amazing example of like a high quality geisha, but then with a slight anaerobic natural
Yeah.
processing, which adds a lot of
Yeah.
complexity and really brings
Yeah.
the, if we are going to talk about score, the like it brings the score up. It's a really nice cup of coffee. I'm very happy with how that turned out. It's a Colombian from a producer named Jairo Lopez. Yeah, really amazing. And I'm on a personal note thrilled that we're getting coffees out both through our own subscription to lots of people and then to hundreds more
Yeah.
through the Slurp subscription.
Yeah.
Just like sharing fantastic coffees.
It's a great service. We've been working with them before, and it's really nice to be back. Everyone should definitely check them out. And going back to the coffee, I had the experience of bringing home a few grams for my morning brew. It was literally like the day after
Mm.
roasting,
Mm.
and then I had it yesterday morning or yesterday evening before
Mm-hmm.
my practice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool to see how much the flavor changed.
Mm.
When you first tried it, it was a lot of processed
Mm.
flavors from the coffee, and like within a few days, everything is kind of balancing out. The processed flavor kind of takes a step back, and the pure flavor of the bean really
Mm.
comes through, and that is really what I love about processed coffees. Talk about them.
And then we're talking about just having the coffee rest for 4 days.
Yeah.
Like we often get the question, how long should I have? Should I rest the coffee before it becoming optimal? But as we often joke, but it's true, we drink it, the day after because we want to. But just within 4 days, it really balanced out a
Yes.
lot. But and then we'll try it in a week and see
And
how it
we get those questions quite often. That and how we recommend to brew our coffees. And when it comes to the last question, always we try to pull them over to the YouTube channel where we have some nice brew videos right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna add more in the future, of course, but it's a good start. And then we'll come back with questions, temperature and stuff, and we try to answer everything as quickly as possible.
No,
And
I just
oh,
yeah, sorry.
okay,
You
sorry,
go ahead.
but talking about resting times,
Yes.
because that is something that we get a lot of questions
Yeah.
of as well. We roast the coffee on demand and we ship it literally the same day, and so the time of arrival is usually a good, like you can drink it right away when you get it. It's usually like 7 to 10 days or whatever.
In the subscription, it's 7 to 10 days usually. Yeah.
Yeah. But when you buy it off shelf for someone else or from us, or in my case, as I found a box at my country house that was like 5 months old.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Like it's been hidden away in
Yeah.
the, call it
Cupboard.
cupboard, and I was so happy that I found it
Yeah.
because I actually forgot to bring coffee,
Yeah.
and it was so good. And so I think for up to like 6 months,
Yeah.
if it's still in the
Oh, yeah.
bag,
Yeah.
not open, it
Right.
would be amazing. And with the design of our box, we ship them out in 2 times 50 grams. So we have a lot of clients that freeze one bag, talked about in the beginning, like one for now, one for the freezer. And I've seen a few posts, especially with the Sudan Reme, that people actually bought it from us, freezed it, they bought the new harvest a year later, and they bring it out and you can actually try them
Side by
side
side.
by side. And that is something that really been kind of missing in my coffee life.
Right. Right.
The storage part
Yeah.
of it.
And we don't have a freezer here. We should.
Yeah. But it's such a long time investment.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I know.
I think you really need to be to it.
Yeah,
Um,
I think if we do it, we need to have a plan.
but isn't there what is it called in Manchester, right?
Yes, the
The
Manchester Coffee Archive.
yeah.
I don't know how active they are right now. I do know that Paul Ross in London, another really interesting coffee service he's starting up now. People should check it
Yeah.
out. We signed up.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
But Paul Ross has been really into freezing coffees, but I want to go back to the resting
Yes.
because we actually are working with a barista competitor in a country down in the middle of Europe, and she is preparing to her presentation, and she's chosen the coffee, and so we sent her first batch of suggested roast profile, and she tried the coffee after 1 week, and then she tried it after 2 weeks, and then she tried it after 3 weeks, and then could make a decision like how long do I need to rest the coffee after roast to get as high scores as possible on my barista competition. And I just love that, and we have a direct communication. So now, in preparation for the competition, we know how long before the competition to roast the coffee for it to be optimal for her presentation. Yeah, really interesting.
Especially when it comes to competitions, to have the opportunity to, because we that is something that we do as well. We when it comes time of competition, we can roast the same coffee 3 or 4 days in a row,
Yeah.
ship everything in one shipment, and they or the barista have the opportunity to on the competing day or maybe the day before they try all the coffees again, because there's a lot of thing happening from from day 10 to 20.
Yeah.
To have that opportunity to the flexibility, try the coffee that day from different dates, right? And yeah, so to summarize the time to drink
Right.
is, I would say, please try to wait at least 10 days or something.
I would say 6 days.
6 days, if
So
it's possible.
6 days from roast, and then absolutely, yeah, no, of
a
course.
few months. It's
And
totally
then 6 days to 6 months,
Yes.
basically, is how we can summarize it. I was just gonna say I'm dying for another cup of coffee, and I've been saving myself here. But apart from the 2 subscriptions that we produced for this week, we've had a really interesting week to our wholesale clients, and there's a continuation on the theme of the global coffee community, the Standout Coffee team being really like a global network. But first, what are we drinking?
So I brewed our Kenyan coffee because I think we kind of get new coffees in every week, and we tend to brew them and brew
Yeah.
samples.
Yeah.
But the coffee like the Kenyan that we had in for like 2 months now,
Yeah.
and we just refill the stocks because
Yeah.
it's an amazing Kenyan coffee.
Mm.
It's in this house kind of gets forgotten, and I think it's beautiful.
That was very nice.
And
I forgot.
it's a washed SL 2834.
Yep.
And we we were looking for a Kenya in the same way as I dream of perfect geisha. Like when we found this sample on the table, wow,
Yeah.
this is I wouldn't say unique, but it's unique in a way that it checks every box for me when it comes to a high quality Kenyan coffee.
When is this roasted?
I think it's 4 days ago,
4 days
like
ago,
early
yeah.
this week.
Yeah.
So it's also
So
very,
it's
very fresh.
really
It
rested.
actually could be Friday.
Yeah.
We have
okay.
these kind of
Ah.
trays,
Taste it.
but we did produce.
I don't think it's last Friday.
Then it's
So
Monday.
it's 4 days. Yeah.
Yes.
So, but really, really nice also. Yeah. Yeah.
It's good. It's a nice coffee to brew. It's really solid. It has, if you're gonna give it to someone, it's quite easy to spot the flavors.
Yeah.
Right. Blackberries, blackcurrants, lemons, and it's so intense. It's so intense.
It's so intense, and I mean, going back to your initial comment, like it's a lot of people are talking about how Kenyan coffees used to be more intense up to 5 years ago or something like that. And this is a really, really intense, beautiful Kenyan coffee, and very much I think we spoke about like it used to be, or as good as they used to be, or whatever that means. And there's been a lot of discussion on like why has the sensory sort of spectrum changed of Kenyan coffees, and one of the conversations has been about the change in washing procedures, and so going from what they call double wash to a single wash really has affected the sort of taste profile. And we can get really much geekier into that at another point. And I think maybe we will invite a guest over to have that conversation. But
so I'm just gonna add in on. We always try to move forward and try different things. Last week I did fold back our bags to make them a little more. Especially we shipped eBerry.
Spoken about that.
No, and we haven't released. It's actually going up online today. And but we shipped to some customers this week as well.
Wait, before you say that, I just want to say, I have to say that the look of these, both when you are packing them in the bags, shipping out to our wholesale customers, but also the look on the shelf, like a retail shelf experience, I really like the fold back. Obviously, there's an extra added, sticker and thereby time in production. But I really, I'm liking the user experience. So yes, so we shipped out to a number of wholesale clients, and we had some fun again with the continuation of the theme being global community. We shipped out to our great friend Bara in Saudi Arabia. He's getting a little bit of everything and some of the best competition coffees that we have in. We shipped out the new espresso to Shana in Paris. He will be serving our coffee at Lustique Cafe in the Le Marais district. Yesterday, Charles Gadiang in Melbourne hosted a cupping with some of our coffees, which on Instagram looked like a huge success. Who else were we talking about?
We shipped to Arabout Coffee in South Korea.
Yes, Sang-soo and the gang at Arabout Coffee in Seoul.
Really nice. They do so much amazing content, like picture and video wise. And sometimes when you get pictures sent to you, you're like, oh my god, that's a nice looking box from someone else. I don't know. It just when you give it to people that really know what they're doing, salt is gonna get so nice. And we shipped new Ethiopian to them, filter, and also iridescence, right? Nice batch. Iridescence
by Jameson Savage. Yeah.
For them. So some nice coffees for nice people. So it's been a I wouldn't say a long week, but
but very intense.
Yeah, very intense. Yeah. Super nice. And to summarize everything, New Honduras is up online.
Yes.
We have a few.
The Honduras Geisha. Yes. Yeah.
And then the new Pacamara, or the new Peaberry.
Yes. Right.
Coming up today.
In the specialty coffee range. Yes. Tell me, you mentioned the Pacamara. You're talking about this one?
Yep.
which is a really exciting coffee.
Yep.
I was gonna say, it's a mix between Caturra and Red Bourbon pea berries. And this, I love the fact that we have the see-through sides, because then or transparent. The mesh size of these beans are unusually small, screen size 13 and 14. And for me, it really translates into more intensity in the cup. When we cupped these coffees, or this coffee, it was on a table with lots of competition style coffees, and it really was such a vibrant coffee, and really amazing. So I'm thrilled that we have it in the specialty coffee lineup.
So looking forward to this.
Yeah.
And is there anything else we can share?
Yes,
Except
lots of stuff.
That's
No,
good.
so I just wanted to share very briefly about like day-to-day process. So we've been talking about like roasting, shipping. But another part of what we do every week is that we get all these samples.
Yes.
So we are getting some really exciting coffees from a man named Shady in Colombia. And so we have a couple of koji fermented varieties. We also have a really interesting whoosh whoosh that we're going to have on the cupping table and see what's going on. We also got in from another partner really interesting Brazilian coffees. Anaerobic fermented natural processed red catuai from Brazil. Really interesting stuff. And so on a weekly basis, we get lots of samples that we sample roast and cup through and evaluate. And some of them wind up in the competition lineup, and some of them in the specialty. And yeah, really interesting.
Yeah.
And at another time, I'll tell you more about a great conversation I had with an amazing coffee producer in Guatemala. But well, yes, really nice. At Ponyo. Too hard for you to drink out of that one.
Good. I think that covers most of it.
Yes. The Ponyo cam. Yes.
Good, Ponyo.
The cupping experience.
Hi.
Did you try your coffee, Ponyo? Oops.
I must say I do forward Fridays
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I like to get this conversation out, and also for us to get some quality time talking, summarizing, looking forward. And I think it's super nice format of getting an honest insight
Yeah.
of what we do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And this episode goes up on YouTube.
Yeah.
And the best way to find it is to look for Standout Coffee on YouTube. You can subscribe, hit the notification bell,
Mm-hmm.
so you get like a push notification when we go live.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you'll see where this channel goes.
I wanted to say, speaking of subscribing, the best way of getting the Herrera washed geisha, anaerobic washed geisha, is to sign up for the competition subscription. And we still do have the 50% off the first month. So if for any reason people aren't subscribed yet, they should be.
They should definitely do it. And we actually have a few boxes left from the production this week. And so everyone who subscribes today will get their coffee shipped today.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will make a new batch Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think. So the lineup of specialty looking great. Peaberry, Kenya, New Ethiopian. We have some other stuff coming in, or actually already came in. It's here. And Specialty looking good. Competition looks great. Nice stuff. Also some stuff waiting because we can't have too much at the time. And yeah, I think that summarize everything, and let's get this day started.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.